I have been covering what I believe are some of the best ETFs for maximizing dividend income, driving growth, and minimizing downside risk. But beyond simply choosing ETFs, I've been focusing on strategies to create a portfolio, approaches that go far beyond basic index exposure. This includes things like tilting towards strategic growth through momentum or GARP strategies, or incorporating high-income ETFs designed to generate consistent cash flow, fuel dollar cost averaging, and accelerate compounding over time. Many of you have asked for a strategy that caters more toward longevity, a balanced approach designed to maximize total returns while still keeping a foot in the high yield camp. We are building a machine that captures explosive growth, compounds dividends, but at the same time drastically minimizes portfolio volatility. The goal here is simple: provide broad market return potential over the long term while mitigating downside risk through a tactical selection of ETFs. And to do this, we are using a 50-30-20 framework. This is a strategy I personally use to create different types of portfolios, consisting of a core anchor, a tactical growth edge, and a defensive hedge. Now, to give you a brief explanation, the 50% bucket is your core anchor. This is the part of your portfolio that you depend on, so the ETFs that you dollar cost average into regardless of what's happening in the market. For some investors, this could be index-based ETFs like the S&P 500, or dividend growth ETFs if you prefer something slightly more risk-averse. The 30% bucket is your tactical edge. This is where I incorporate ETFs that align with the current economic environment, like semiconductors, large-cap tech, or growth-enhancing strategies. And finally, the 20% bucket is your defensive hedge. This section focuses on defensive equity, dividends, and high-income ETFs with more of a value tilt, something that helps buffer volatility when markets get choppy. In my opinion, each of these sections only need 2 and maybe up to 3 ETFs maximum. Anything more than that usually becomes unnecessary overlap. This structure works because it gives me a clear direction. Every ETF has a purpose and a defined allocation. So when markets rise, I know what to emphasize, and when volatility hits, I know which defensive positions to lean on. I also keep a separate category for tactical ETFs, short to medium term tilts based on macro trends. All right, now that we understand the framework, I'm going to build a hypothetical 3 ETF setup. I'll introduce the ETFs and then go through how they work in detail so that you can get a better understanding of the structure. So definitely make sure you stick around until the end for this one. For the core portfolio driver, we will use a very powerful high-income ETF, SPYI. This is one of the most popular high-income ETFs. It currently yields around 12%, and it uses a covered call strategy on the S&P 500 to generate premium income distributed as a dividend. I'll do a deeper dive shortly, but first, let's reveal the rest. For the strategic growth component, we will use SPMO, another powerful ETF and a focus on momentum. This is tactical because momentum stock selection is designed to capitalize on the continued growth of a specific stock. It has proven to be one of the most powerful tactical growth ETFs in the market. And for the defensive portion, we will use DGRO. This is a well-known dividend ETF with over $30 billion in assets. It is designed to smooth volatility with an emphasis on value stocks. How do each of these work, and why are they such a strong 3 ETF combination for a long-term anchor? It starts with SPYI. As mentioned, this is a covered call ETF on the S&P 500 with a yield of around 12%. And what I like here is how the fund managers handle the covered call positions. They use active management and are very smart with their option execution. In fact, they often use call spreads to maximize growth potential. For those who don't know, this involves buying another call option alongside the one they sold, but further out of the money. And this is strictly designed to appreciate in value if the market rips upward. During market sell-offs, you can see how well SPYI mitigates downside volatility. Now, a major plus is that the dividends are very tax efficient. They are categorized as return of capital, or ROC. This means that they are tax deferred and later taxed as capital gains. On top of that, the massive yield allows you to dollar cost average into other ETFs in your portfolio that might be on sale. Now, I'll explain the tax implications in another video. The second ETF is SPMO. This is one of my favorite tactical growth ETFs. It focuses on momentum, which, as mentioned earlier, is a strategy centered on capitalizing on the continued growth of a stock after it has already appreciated. And that growth is backed up by strong earnings, revenue, or profit margins. Over the last 3 years, this ETF has been an absolute monster, outperforming both the S&P 500 and the QQQ. But what's even better is that during the 2022 bear market, it also outperformed both the S&P 500 and the QQQ. And Seeking Alpha is the only platform that provides these types of charts, along with details on dividend health scores, dividend growth, dividend yield, and distribution trends. But there's also so much more to explore, from in-depth fund analysis and historical returns to AUM trends. If you want to use the same tools I use, you're in luck because Seeking Alpha's summer sale has officially started. You can get $75 off their premium plan, and that gives you access to all of the same charts and tools I use. So definitely check it out, don't miss out. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code on screen to get access to the discount. You can also get $124 off their Alpha Picks portfolio, or $173 off their Alpha Picks and Premium bundle. I have been using both for about 3 years now. Alpha Picks is their quant-driven stock portfolio that uses quant and momentum metrics to find potentially powerful long-term growth names, which I personally use to complement my ETF portfolio. And the portfolio is now up 400% versus the S&P 500's 100%. They have so far caught the trend in names like Micron, Celestica, Credo Tech, and AMD well before they boomed. Of course, past performance does not guarantee future results. Definitely check it out and take advantage of the sale while it lasts. Again, you can scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to get access. Now, the momentum strategy is derived by assessing total returns over the last 12 months, excluding the most recent 2, and pairing that with a volatility score. In simple terms, stocks with strong growth but lower price volatility get a higher score, because a stock that rallies 50% but then drops 30% doesn't have strong momentum, it just has insane volatility. And I love that SPMO isn't index-based, so holdings change as managers see momentum shifting. Now, the third ETF is DGRO, which is one of my favorite long-term dividend growth plays. This can serve as a core anchor or a defensive hedge depending on your risk appetite. And it uses a simple but very effective screening strategy, which involves looking for companies with at least 5 years of consecutive dividend growth and a payout ratio below 60%. And that last part is very, very important. This targets companies that pay strong dividends but still retain a large chunk of their earnings to reinvest in growth. This mix of value and stable tech stocks is why the fund tends to outperform. During the 2022 bear market, DGRO lost only 8% compared to the S&P 500's 20% loss. But since then, the fund has been one of the best performing dividend ETFs within its category, heavily outperforming peers like SCHD or VYM. Now, there are other ETFs that fit into these categories. This is just one example. Feel free to comment down below which ETFs you think would work best. Using our 50-30-20 structure and the most recent inception date from SPYI, this 3 ETF combination has matched the total returns of the S&P 500 while delivering much lower standard deviation and drawdowns. During the 2022 bear market, it significantly outperformed the index, and it continued to do so in 2024 and 2025 thanks to the combined market exposure of SPYI and the momentum of SPMO. This combination has a beta of 0.83, which is significantly lower than the S&P 500. And remember, the goal is market-like returns with much less price volatility. And most importantly, the yield remains powerful. In 2025, this portfolio delivered a 10% dividend yield, and in 2024 and 2023, it was close to 8%. Remember, yields fluctuate based on market volatility. And since SPYI uses options, higher volatility tends to result in higher dividend distributions thanks to a relation called Vega. And that is all for this one. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. Discussions of ETFs, investing strategies, market updates, or specific funds are general, not tailored to your financial situation, and should not be relied upon for decision-making. Investing involves significant risks, including total loss of principal, and past performance does not guarantee future results. I am not a registered financial advisor. My content reflects personal research and publicly available information. I may earn affiliate commissions from mentioned products or links disclosed per FTC guidelines, but these do not influence my opinions. Always consult a licensed financial professional and verify information independently. By watching this, you agree I am not liable for any losses or consequences from your actions. International viewers should consult local regulations.